Hey guys, Projects on Wheels here. This is probably going to be the last part of this video, this build series. I think we're going to be part 9 now. Let's start off with an introductory to this video. I just got the chassis back and my beams back and a few other pieces all painted. I didn't go powder coat. A local business, they make trailers. The guy was kind enough to paint this for me, and he does, I think it's resin or acrylic painting. So not powder coat, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. It bled everything together to where it almost looks like one whole piece somehow. And it looks good. I went black. It's like a piano black almost. Probably not, but that's what I'm getting vibes. I started calling this truck Venom because it looks so sticky and everything is held together like old Spider-Man there in the Peter Parker days with the Venom. I'll show you. Okay, here we go. Check this out, everyone. So went black, like I said. I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. The guy did such a wonderful job. I'm so grateful that he did it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, right now I'm just drilling out holes because this paint it just kind of filled in the holes a little bit. You can see where the body mounts. You can see it droops in a little bit, but that's no big deal. Just a quick Zeus with a drill bit. I'm very pleased with it, so let's continue to build this. Do a quick video over here too. I just want to show you guys all the parts. I've collected all these parts for about 6 months. It's taken me a long time to save up for almost every single one of them. There is absolutely no way I could build this truck all out in one go here. So some just incredible stuff. Look at those shocks, those LX shocks, bypasses. They seem to work good. Obviously I haven't tried them on the truck, but they function good just as I've tried them. Knuckles, all my panels, sound box, lots of cool stuff. I rewired this my Mamba ESC, changed the ends and got a splice coming out for extra power. Tried to do that really clean, and my transmission. Show you guys here quickly. I made this modified this plate, and you see that screw going down into that lever. So that's a second gear, or actually that'll be low gear. So all the way in is high and first. So I locked it out into high and first. Not going to do the low gear. I think it'll be too slow. I probably won't be driving it, so I'm just gonna stay in high. But let's get this together. I'm absolutely stoked. This is amazing right now. Now I got the carbon fiber panels in here, and I'm just drilling holes. So I'll show you one. So I'm just drilling the holes, mount all these up. Okay, so it's near the end of the day here, and I got my steering servo in and some linkages, and I even got my brand new ball ends on here. So everything's looking pretty good. I'm very pleased with everything so far. I think it looks amazing, actually. All these new parts shining against the chassis. Looks great. So at this point in the video, I actually went ahead and I built a lot of this truck. I just found it was easier just to keep on going and keep building instead of stopping and showing every step. So at this point, I'm going to update you with what the truck looks like, and then I'm going to try to make more of an effort here to show you the step-by-step finishing. I'd say I'm about 90% done the build here. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. I'll just pan the whole truck. I've done so much work assembling here. So we're looking at the front here, and so all my wiring, I've tried my very darndest to make it all look clean. I've got wire loom. I loomed the whole truck. You can see my servo and my beams. All the wires on the inside of the cage. I have to clean up the speaker wires yet. The wires are tucked up to the roof, and then we see the rear. Moving to the rear, you guys can see my fuel cell. I had to modify that a lot. Made a carbon fiber spacer. Then I had to reset the bolts that go into there. And then you can see my loom. That's all my wires going into the back. so I also want to show you, I'm having a big problem with my suspension. Nothing geometry-wise or anything like that, just my shocks, they can't hang. So what these are is, these were an Amazon shock, but they were for the UDR. And they are not strong enough, even though they have 3.5 mil shafts, and the springs, I can't remember what they are. If they're like I think they were a 2, but they're leaking. The O-rings are absolutely shot. They were never good from the factory. So I went to my local hobby store and I ordered really nice shocks. I'll show you. I'll have them tomorrow. We're gonna get them on, and this thing will be dialed. I splurged. Nice shocks are coming, so I'll get those on tomorrow, and I'm gonna keep working. So let's show you what we're doing. So I also want to show you, I've been collecting stickers of all sorts of things that I have on the truck. I want to give a huge shout out to Eliminator RC. This is my local hobby store. I've got a lot of stuff for this truck from Eliminator, quite a bit of it. They're a wonderful hobby store. They're here in Manitoba. My personal hobby store that I like to deal with, and give them a shout out here. Okay, so I got stickers on both sides. A little shout out there to Eliminator, and then the center panel is just parts that I have on the truck, and then the bottom panel on each side I got a decal sheet. And if I actually could build a truck in real life, I wanted to put the parts on that I would use, so like Holley and K&M, B&M shifters, crane cams, and Simpsons harnesses, MSD ignitions, hooker headers. Those are all parts that I would put on a real vehicle, so I wanted them on my truck here. So there, thank you Eliminator for all those parts.
Am I dreaming? No, I'm living in my dream.
Okay, so right now I'm doing some shock work. I got the front shocks off, and I'm making some custom shocks. So these are the ones I ordered. I said I ordered. I got 2 sets of these brand new, and they're pretty nice, but they're still not strong enough. So I'm putting some old Integy caps, some piggyback caps on, and then I got some different springs, 25 pound on the top, and cutting down the original spring that was on those cheaper shocks, and then I'm making my own shock. And then as far as the rear goes, I got these nice shocks. These are 153 mil. These ones down here are 138, I think. And then these will go in the rear, and these are really nice and stiff. I don't need to change them up. So, but right now I'm modifying these, and then I'll put them on the truck. Okay, so now I'm on the body. Time to get it all wrapped up. I do have the truck itself finished, but I don't want to show it off all complete yet because I want to do it all at once. But I must say it's pretty phenomenal. Coming around, I'll show you guys the front here. This is what we're looking at. It's pretty sweet. So I got this 2017 Ford Raptor, already cutting up that. And I'm going to graft a whole bunch of pieces here onto the front of this truck. So this obviously doesn't fit at all yet, but I will have it looking like a Ford Raptor, hopefully. Okay, so I'm working on the body of the truck right now. Right now I got the front end onto the Raptor. It looks pretty neat. I'm cutting out windows, and I got the taillights being glued on right now. So I don't think this will look exactly like a Raptor. It's gonna, I guess my new goal is to make it look like a Raptor with a body kit. But here we go. Different shot of the taillights here. So the way I cut this, I also left overhang. So I'm gonna box in these concave indents in the body because I don't have flat tires hanging back here. So there's a shot of the taillights. I don't know if anybody's ever seen a Ford Raptor UDR, but I am trying to make one. Look at that beast over there. Now I'm gluing up the body, so I got my 1-inch vinyl spacer on the inside of all these seams, and then on the outside I got all the carbon fiber. I'm using those as spacers just to add some structure. So now I got the body all done, I got it all connected. So now I'm just going to use some fiberglass and we're going to get her all together here. Okay, so I'm outside now and I just finished sanding. I got all the body work roughly done. So now I'm going to hit her with some primer and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so a feller's got some primer on here and now he's just doing some glazing. So that side I have to sand yet, and then I'll turn it. This side over here is sanded for the first coat with glazing. There's a few spots you can see there I got to go at again, so I'm just doing it all by hand. Made a nice little sanding block and I'm working. Okay, so body work is all done, everyone, and I got a first coat of gray to match my Yes Welder TIG, and then now I just master all up for my light. It's kind of like a seafoam greenish blue, and that'll be the top color. Let's quickly show off my new TIG setup. So I do got a dolly for it now from Yes Welder, and I am pretty pleased. I can just wheel this thing around and start sparking anywhere I want. So I'm going to try to match the paint. I know I said a lot of times I'm going to do a Hilti theme, but I want to pay homage to the Yes Welder. I couldn't have built this truck without my Yes Welder. I'm learning to TIG. I've learned to TIG off this thing, so I'm painting my truck like these colors. So I just finished up the seafoam green. I think it laid out pretty good. There's some flaws, but at this point I just want it done. I mean, I should always be trying, and I am, but it's just a lot of work, but I think it looks all right. Can't wait to get her unwrapped here. Okay, everybody, so this is the moment. I'm very pleased, proud to say Project Beam Runner is done. I went ahead, I finished painting it. I didn't show everything, so here we go. You guys ready to see that? Here we go. First look at Project Beam Runner. All painted, all dialed up, ready to go. Good look at the back end here, everything going on. I got everything finished. I'm lost for words of how proud, how excited I am about this truck. It's one of a kind. I love everything about it. Look at the front here. I'll fire it up for you. Okay, so the front I did finish trying to make it look like a Ford Raptor. I'm very pleased with it. I really couldn't have asked for much more. I think I got the job done. The sides I didn't do a whole lot with. I was going to try to modify them, but I left them just stock UDR body. As far as the rear end goes here and the tail lights, I changed a lot. The UDR has those cutouts for the flat spares, while I went opposing spares on here to stand up. So I filled all that in with the Raptor, Traxxas Raptor bedsides, just grafted them on, and I think I did a pretty good job. I like the look of that. Okay, so as far as the paint job goes, the livery, I definitely changed it up from what I was going to do. I kind of just went my own route. I still did try to do the Yes Welder colors, but then I just kind of got a little funky with it and did my own thing. So I love how it looks. It's very different. Every trophy truck pre-runner out there seems to be red, black, white, or gray. So I tried to make my truck look different here. Okay, so I got the body off now, so you guys can check out the truck, and I'm going to actually go through and show everything. One thing's for sure, my pre-runner looks just as good with or without a body, in my opinion. I am so proud of this truck. Okay, so starting at the front, there's my bumper. Headlights I can turn on and off. In the center one I have multiple functions from strobe to fade to on-off. My LiPo is in. If friction fit, I didn't end up putting a LiPo strap just because it fits so snugly. Servo is my new Savix Monster Torque with the Reef servo horn. That fixed my steering from an earlier video. My new shocks, I'll show them off in a second. I wire loomed the entire truck, vehicle wire loom. Carbon fiber panels, window nets, all my stickers. Shout out to everyone. I did that earlier. While I'm up front here, I'll give you a quick shot. There's the Ford Raptor body and the Pre-Runner. I think they look absolutely stellar side by side. I couldn't be more pleased. So we're looking at the rear of the body, and I do have my fire extinguishers on both sides here, and I do have fuel cans. I just tucked them away on the inner fender well, help fill them out. And then looking at the truck here, those are my new shocks. So I got the LX shock, the bypass in the rear. Love them very much. The look they give a truck is amazing. They do very good dampening. You can tune them, though I have everything set in the center, so I'm probably not going to mess around with it, but it works fine. And then my new shocks in the rear, both sides. Definitely keep the rear end up. There's a ton of travel in here. Okay, so jumping to the front here, you can see my shocks. So I did build these. I believe I showed them in an earlier video, but I've been working on this for 2 months now, so I'll go over it again. So these are an Integy bypass up top, threaded on a new aluminum shock body, and then I put 25-pound springs up here, cut down the springs from the aftermarket UDR shock, and just made my own shock up front. So there's plenty of travel on the I-beam, or J-beam, excuse me. This truck is so heavy, and given my strength and working from a chair, I can't really move it very well. But ensure me, it has wonderful travel all the way front and rear. And then we're just looking at the rear here, so I'll try show you the suspension. I don't have the physical strength here to collapse and fully lift the truck, but it's like a grasshopper back here. It dampens and moves, and it's just fantastic. Here's just one more look. Project Beam Runner, the body, and the truck itself side by side. I'm lost for words. Hey guys, so I just want to wrap up this video. First of all, I just want to say thank you all so very much for tuning in. When I get a compliment or a comment, it makes me feel really good. I'm so very pleased that people find something I can do interesting. I would definitely want to say if I helped inspire someone to get out there in the RC world, do a build, tackle a build, that's pretty cool. I've never built something like this before. Like I'm really out of my element here. I've never TIG weld before, or I had to learn to TIG weld. All I can say is if you try, if you follow your dream, you don't give up, you can do it. Anything you want, really. I did all this from a wheelchair. Every day I wake up, I'm fighting, dealing with MD. I am diagnosed with MD, wheelchair bound. Didn't stop me a lick. If you just fight, you gotta adapt, and you can do it. And I love this truck so very much. It was so much work. Over a year building this truck. From this started off as a wood dowels, and I just kept at it, learned how to build beams. This is an I-beam truck, obviously. I've thrown that out there 1,000 times, but it's pretty cool to have an RC with I-beams. Now those type of trucks are catching on. I've seen a lot of kits and other people building them. So I'm gonna get all this charged up and then for a second video here after this, I'm gonna take her out and get her going, get it in the dirt, drive it, do a small amount of jumping. I don't want to send it. This is for scale driving. If I break it, I got to rebuild it. Everything on this truck is scratched, so I don't want to hurt it, but I do want to drive it and see what it can do. So I just want to, that's it. That'll be the end of this video, but thank you all so very much. Thank you.